So what's up? How you doing today? We're going to take a look at adding guide tones to Scarlet Begonias. And if you're thinking, I don't even know what that is, it is basically taking specific chord tones of the chords as they happen and guiding our solos, our improvising around it. So it will give us a little bit more shape, give us a little bit more of a melody, and get us away from the mindless noodling that sometimes it does happen, right? But let's give a listen to an example of me playing through just the guide tones, and then I'm going to just kind of play around with the scale around it. But first, get that in your ears, and when you hear the second example, try to really hear those guide tones still going there. And as you do this more and more, listening to it, but also with your own playing, you'll get better at it, and you start to hear things in a different kind of way. So let's give it a listen, and we'll break it down, and then we'll do it with one more example. So the solo goes along the, call it the verse and then the chorus part here. We're going along playing the root, right? So we've got all these notes here, like just in this position. We're going to keep it just in this position here, the fourth position. So fourth fret here. Keep it simple. And we've got E, B, a couple times, then A, E, B, that kind of stuff. We'll see it as we go along, right? But no, also we're using B mixolydian as the overall scale. So that's what we're going to weave in afterwards. But for now, we're just getting the chord tones. So I just picked these out, right? So we've got the root of E right here. So here's an E. And then B, because we have all these options. If you know your chord tones, if you don't, well, I got the charts right there. You can follow along. So there you go. Then you're learning, hopefully. Right? Hopefully. So then we got the root of E, then the third of B, back to the root of E. Good to repeat yourself. But then I go up to the fifth of B. So I got above all these marked what they are in relation to the chord, so they can change, And now we're going to the third of A, back to that root of E. This goes faster. This time I go down to the fifth of B. E, to a B. Same thing, repeating myself. And then ending there, which is a great spot to move around on the scale. And that's just the guide tones. That's just guiding you through. So if you have that down, you get something like that memorized. It doesn't have to be the greatest little melody, but something that's like, okay, the more you can kind of tweak it to a way that you like it, the better. But just have that in your ears, have it in your fingers, and really start with that first. Internalize it, and then start adding in things around it. Maybe not like, when it's going A, E, B real quick, but spots where you have more time, especially the very end, ending on the B chord. And if you're going to do it again, just make sure you get back to that root, and it's guiding you and shaping you there. So that said, let's try out one more example, something a little lower, see how that sounds. We're going to do the same thing, just get that guide tones in your ear, and then hear while I'm playing around with it second time that it's in there, and then we'll see what's going on. now we're starting with a different one. It's like Choose Your Own Adventure. I love those books as a kid. And we're using the third of E, a major third, fifth of B, and repeating it again, third of E, up to the root of B. And then we're going root of A, at third again of B, I'm sorry, E, fifth, and then root, fifth, same thing down here, and then getting real low. And now here's a good example. You can do it twice because you're playing, it's the fifth of A, but then it becomes the root of E. Obviously, this is an E, the root of E, and then to the fifth of B. So just a little different example, just trying it down lower, but we can try out so many combinations just right here. Good way is just get some blank paper, write this stuff out, and try it yourself. Learn these too, that's great, but even better, just make up your own and use the little charts that I've got showing you the chord tones. And if you want to have this, I have this stuff on Patreon. I got all my charts. If you don't know what Patreon is, it's a monthly subscription thing, and I put all my charts on there, all in PDF form, so you can download them, have them on your phone, your iPad, your computer, print them out, do whatever you want with them, take notes. But this is a good one to have that for the chord tones, and then have a blank sheet where you just write out your own things and, get really familiar with the chord tones and the notes, the fretboard, if you don't know that stuff, and how it fits in with the scale, with that B Mixolydian mode, and then try different places. So really you could spend forever just working here, but then try it, up on the 7th position, up here on the 9th, all that stuff. And the next thing you know, it just gets faster and faster, you get more fluid, and your solos will have more and more shape. And I know something that people often are requesting, that they're saying that their solos don't have shape. So hopefully this helps. And if you're interested in the PDF, again, I'll put a link in the description down below to head over to Patreon. And of course, I always have a backing track. I'll put it over here. You can head over to that and try this stuff out right now if you got your guitar, and have fun with it. And I'll see you in the next video.